Yay. Okay. Welcome YouTubers, welcome Zoom family, and welcome mini chefs, 360 active kids, FEP kids, and Brookfield kids, and the WINS primary school kids, and any other kids out there who love to bake, and of course you adults out there who are joining us today as well. These sessions are tailored for children. The recipes are easy, stuff that they can replicate at home on their own, and they are chosen and put together to make it easy for them. So, you know, of course there are more like glamorous versions of these, but we are choosing stuff that is easy for everyone to replicate at home. So welcome to Mini Chefs. We have missed everybody. If you've got any questions, put them in the chat below and we will get those answered. If you want to be unmuted for a little while, also put that in the chat below, and Coach Perceive in the background will be happy to unmute you. So, does everyone have their ingredients? Thumbs up?
Yeah.
Yay, Zane, have you got yours?
Yeah.
Maria? She hasn't got her ingredients. She eats all her ingredients. Right, so we are going to get started. So the first thing is, your oven must be on, preheated at 180 C. That's 180 C, gas mark 4. If you have a fan oven like we do, it's 170 C. Okay, so make sure your ovens are on. And parents, if you haven't done that, you can do that for your kids now. The second thing is we have our 8-inch square tin, and we have lined this with some baking paper today. If you haven't lined it, make sure yours is greased. You can also use a round one or a rectangle. Anything similar size to this will be absolutely fine, as long as you can put it in the oven. So I'm going to go ahead and use my little fancy spray that you've all seen me using, and I'm just going to spray those little bare edges that I haven't greased. So thumbs up if you've got your tins ready. I'm going to go underneath, just so I can stick that paper down. And sorry if you can't see what I'm doing. We are hoping to get a raised table for the following future sessions. Well done, Fizza. Well done, Zahara. Anyone else got their trays ready? We're going to put that aside. So go ahead and pop your trays aside. Put that away. Thank you, Maria. Okay, can I get lost into I always need one next to me. So we're going to go ahead and weigh our butter. So we need 113 grams of butter. Coach Steve, pop that in the chat below. 113 grams of butter. Now we use salted butter for this recipe because it comes out really tasty. I have got this as my microwavable bowl. So whatever your parent has given you, that is safe for the microwave. Mine is plastic, but it is safe for the microwave. I don't use it a lot, but I use it every now and then. So we're going to use our weighing scales for this. I hope you can see what I'm doing. We have a very low table, don't we, Zaina? So we're going to make sure your scales are on 0 with your measuring bowl empty on top. And we have unit. What units do we have here, Zaina?
Ounces. Ounces.
Yeah, but what do we need it to be?
Grams.
So we're going to change the units. Parents, if you're there and your children haven't used a scale before, show them how to change the measuring unit so you've got grams. So let's go to grams, Zaina. We're going to change the unit till we see the G for grams. Right, so we've got 0 grams here. That means the weight of the bowl is not being measured. And into this, we are going to weigh 113 grams of butter. What we do know is whole butter stick is 250 grams. So half of that, who can tell me what half of 250 is? Yeah. Half of 250.
Half of 250 is 125.
Are we happy with that?
I think so.
Yeah, I think we're happy with that. Thank you, Mr. Maths Brains in the background. So half of 250 is 125. And we need 113. So that means we need just a little bit less than half a block of butter. So with your butter knife, if you cut through just slightly less than half, Zainab. Push that right through. Why did you start off with? I hope you guys are weighing your butter. Once you've got your half a stick or slightly less, pop that into your bowl. Make sure it's on 0 grams. What do we have? We have 106, so we need to add how many more? You have to get 113.
Yeah, we have 116.
We have 106. We need to get to 113. He's too busy on his iPad thing, isn't he? That's it. Pop that in. Keep going. Oh, we got 112. Really close. Big Chef likes exact measurements. I'm very naughty. There you go. So we've got 113 butter. So to this butter, once you've got your 113, I'd like you to take this and weigh that. Sorry, what we're going to do this, Zainab?
We're gonna melt it.
We're going to melt that in the microwave. So I'm going to send Zainab. Sorry, but you're too little. So if you pop that in the microwave for 30 seconds, make sure you've got a parent there. We have a handle, so it's not hot. If you put it in with something with a handle, always hold the handle when you take it out. Okay? If your parents are there, parents, please give them a hand. 30 seconds, take it out, mix it up. Sometimes the hot butter will melt any butter that's not unmelted. Otherwise, you can pop it back in for 10 seconds. So get that butter melted and then come back and thumbs up to tell me you're back with us. And we're going to move on to the next section. And you can see my little helper here. She's packing up my butter nicely. So what do we always say? Make sure how many grams? Somebody's asking a question. 113 grams of butter. So it's 113 grams of butter. So you can hear our microwave beeping away. Can you just keep typing, and it will take the chat all the way up. Just keep putting any letters in, and the chat. Yeah, you need to hurry up. Just keep putting loads and loads of messages. Just random messages going until it goes all the way up. Okay. Don't know what happened there. Right. Okay. Can you undo that corner for me? There you go. That's it. That's fine. Of this paper.
Is Ustad done then?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I kicked him.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so we have now our melted butter. We had a bit of a technical difficulty there. So we're going to put that on the side. And we're going to get a bowl. So we're going to pop our bowl on our weighing scales. We're going to go back to 0. And we want 0 grams again, okay? And now we're going to get our brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
Okay, brown sugar.
It looks like a tin inside.
Okay. Can we do the same thing again?
Ustad, tell her we need to.
I think we've got
Looks like a tin.
can we disable that chat section? Sorry, Ustad Talha, can we disable the chat section?
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm sure you know why I've just said that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's possible, but that would be good. I'm really sorry, guys. We might have to disable the chat section today. If you do have any problems, then I guess you could raise your hand and we can unmute you personally, okay? So we're going to go ahead with brown sugar and we're going to weigh out 200 grams of brown sugar. So Maria, make sure you've got 0 grams. If you don't have weighing scales like we do, you can use your little, look what she's doing. You can have a little, look. We can use our Ikea cups, okay? So if you've got an Ikea cup, the brown sugar will be just under 1 full cup. About there, just slightly less than 1 full cup.
Is that one of them?
No, that's 85. We need 200 grams of brown sugar. If you don't have brown sugar, don't worry. You can always have brown sugar for next time. Let's check all that in there. Look at that. Okay, mind out the way. I think we're a little short, so we also have some white sugar. You can always top it up with some white sugar. But you don't need to use white sugar if you've got enough. Okay? That will do. So you've got your 200 grams of brown sugar. Now what do you do next, Zainab?
You add the butter to the sugar.
You add the butter to the sugar. So I'm so sorry, guys, we've had to disable the chat. I'm sorry, parents, this is the first time it's happened. It's for the safety of the children. We will look into maybe moving platforms next time. And we'll look into why this has happened. Okay, so we're going to pour that melted butter over your sugar, Maria. You got it? There you go. Into your sugar. Well done.
It's like an island.
It does look like an island with wet sand. And we're going to mix that in with your mixing spoon. We've got a wooden spoon. You can use a spatula or whatever you've got at home. So we're going to mix that in. She's just attacking it. We're going to go ahead and mix it through. So hold it like this, my baby.
It looks like there's raisins.
It looks like wet sand. So the butter should now.
No, it looks like raisins mushed up.
It looks like mushy raisins, apparently, according to Maria. Okay, we're good. So we've got the melted butter and the sugar. Into that, we're now going to crack 2 eggs.
I'm gonna do that.
And we have Egg Master over here. Maria, how old are you? Tell them how old are you?
6.
She's 6. And you know what? Maria is our egg cracking master. I don't think she's had a shell yet, but let's hope it's not the first time. So let's do.
Only once I had a shell.
Did you? Did you eat it?
No.
No.
I took it out with a huge shell.
You did. So I'm going to show you guys. 1 second, you can do the second one because I need to demonstrate. I'm going to show you guys how we crack the eggs here at Mini Chefs. So I'll do the first one. Mario can do the second one. I want you to do 2 with me. So I've got my bowl, and I've also got a separate bowl for our dirt and our shell.
I want to put the shell in this one.
Okay. So we're going to hold it up like a soldier, and when we tap it on the table, we'll do tap 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 until you can hear it go crack, and then we hold it like a heart and dig our thumbnails slightly in from the bottom, push them up, and then open it like a door. And all that time, our thumbs are at the bottom. So let me show you. So we got it like a soldier. Take it down. Tap. I heard that crack. Hold it over the bowl.
That rhymes.
Does it rhyme? Oh, I lost it now because I'm talking to you. Hold it over the bowl. We've got a nice heart. Thumb slightly in and open it like a door. Now it's your turn. When you've done 2, raise your hand. We've got somebody asking a question there, Coach Steve.
I'm so sorry, I've got a few things that I need to sort out.
Would you like me to allow them to talk?
Somebody speaking?
Shall I let them talk?
Yes,
Is it
please. Yes, you can. We know these participants well.
It's 200 grams of brown sugar, yeah?
That's correct. 200 grams of brown sugar. Coach Steve, are you still able to type in the chat?
I hope so.
If Coach Steve is able to type in the chat, then he will type that for you.
What would you like me to type?
200 grams brown sugar.
Yeah, someone said grand. I mean, I'd love to have that kind of money.
Grand, not rand, it's a gram. So we've got our eggs now, and then if you could pop the eggs into the sugar and the butter mixture. You're going to mix. Let Zainab mix this one.
Did you ask your participants if they saw what I just typed?
Could you see what Coach Steve typed? If you could lower Sumayya's hand for me, Steve. You lower her hand.
Sorry, I'm just on YouTube at the moment.
That's it. We're going to mix the eggs into the sugar and butter mixture. So off we go.
It looks like jelly mixture.
It does. Right, so we've got all that mixed in. And now, if you are using the vanilla extract, of course this was an optional. This is your time to put it in. So we've got vanilla extract and we're using half a teaspoon. Okay, if you don't have a teaspoon measurer, you can always use the small side of a medicine spoon. So if you could get me the medicine spoon. Give me a medicine spoon. So we're going to pop half a teaspoon in there. That's just a bit of sugar. Sometimes brown sugar can be a bit lumpy. So don't worry, because it has something called molasses in it. Molasses is like a sticky honey. That's what, we want one with 2 sides. So into your mixture, if you're using vanilla, we're going to add half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. There you go. And Zane's going to go ahead and mix that in. Yes, the blue, whatever that means, Mario. So that is a measuring spoon for medicine. And if you don't have these measuring spoons at home, you can just use a small side for half a teaspoon. Or, of course, you can use a normal eating teaspoon and just put less than 1, so half. Right, so we've got our mixture there. So it's a nice runny, and if you use brown sugar, that will be quite brown. So can you see what we've got there? That is what you should have there, okay? We're going to pop that aside, and now we're going to go ahead and weigh our flour. So Coach C, in chat, if you could type in 120 grams of plain flour. So if you could all make sure your weighing scales, can you see? Yeah. Your weighing scales, 120 plain flour. In the chat, we're going to make sure our weighing scales are on 0. Put the bowl on top, an empty bowl. Make sure you press 0 so you cancel the weight of your bowl. And you make sure it's on G for grams. So we've got 0 grams. In goes the flour, Mario. We want 120 grams. Remember, do not touch your weighing scales because you will then weigh your fingers, weigh your hands, weigh your body. We need to stay away from the weighing scales. There you go. That's okay. What happens when we put too much, Zainab?
You need to take it out the spoon.
We need to take it out the spoon so you can do Let Zainab do that on for Mario.
She did do the mixing.
It's okay. So we leave it on the mixer. There you go. And she's going to take it out until we get 120.
She does the fun part.
That's it. Go. Well done. I hope you guys are getting on really well out there. I'm so sorry we've had to disable the chat today. It's making me quite sad, actually. I love hearing how you're getting on. But I tell you what, parents, please take pictures of your children and whatever you can, and then please send them through afterwards so I can see exactly how much fun they are having. How much in cups? Okay, if you're only using cups, that's 1 cup of plain flour. Okay, so it's 1 cup of plain flour, 1 Ikea cup or a small drinking cup. Okay, so we have our 120 grams of flour. And I'm guessing, I know you guys are really fast out there. I'm guessing you guys have done really well already and you've got that ready. Now, here's the thing, the other optional, which is my favorite version. This is the original version. We're going to be putting our cinnamon straight into our flour. Oh, I forgot. Rewind. Baking powder. You're going to put baking powder in? Plain flour doesn't rise. It's not self-raising flour. So we need to add a little bit of raising agent to help it rise. So Maria, you are going to put a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. So we're going to take it out, use your finger, smooth it across. Again, if you just have a normal teaspoon, just use the end of it, just a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder all the way across. And tap that in for me. Tap, tap, tap. There you go, well done. So we've got 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder in there. And also, Zainab, sorry, lovely, did you do the cinnamon?
Yep.
1 teaspoon?
Remember when we made the cupcakes and then we made a wrong ingredient and then we put a wrong ingredient and then the top went all fluffy and floppy and then blended and then went dead straight.
So she's exposing my baking fails right now. So she's saying, remember when we made those cupcakes and they just kind of exploded? That didn't happen. So we are now, if you're using cinnamon, we are going to be putting in, yeah, it is 1 cup of sugar, but slightly less than 1 cup of sugar, because 1 cup is 220 grams, but we only need 200. So just a little bit less than 1 cup of sugar if you're using a cup, but flour, you will have a whole cup of flour. Okay, so we put 1 teaspoon of cinnamon powder into our flour and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. We're going to dry mix that up now. And look, Zane's also put loads of cinnamon on the table. She likes the smell. So we're going to mix that up, all those dry ingredients. There you go. Maria's going to mix that up for us, nice and quickly. If you're using M&Ms or Smarties, wait, they will go in at the end, okay?
But we don't know what we're making next. How do they know if they're going to use M&Ms or Smarties?
Because those were the options.
Yeah. Well, we're making cinnamon blondies.
We're making cinnamon blondies. So we are making blondies, not brownies, and it's a very easy recipe. Brownies are made with chocolate. Blondies are made with no chocolate. They can be any other flavor. So we have our wet ingredients and we have our dry ingredients as well. And we are going to now pour in our wet to our dry or the other way around. It's okay. Anything works with you guys, right? So we're going to pour that in.
I want to mix it.
Straight over, 1 second, Mario. I'm going to pour all that in. So Mario can mix half of it, Zainab will mix the other half. If you're working together in pairs, make sure you all really do give each other a chance to do something. So we've got that in, and we're going to go ahead and start folding that through. We're going to go ahead and start folding that through. So Zainab, if you could get me a cloth to clean this up. And if one of you is free or one of you is folding, you can take this time to tidy up. Don't forget, tidying up is also part of mini chefs. We don't leave the kitchen a mess for mums and dads.
Like caramel mixed
We make sure we tidy up.
Looks like caramel mixed with flour.
So Mario is saying it looks like caramel mixed with flour. That's exactly what it looks like. But we don't want flour visible. We want it all mixed together. So can I have a go, Bobby?
Yeah.
Thank you. So I'm going to go ahead. And at the moment, this is what I have. You can see my flour is not quite mixed in yet. So I'm going to keep going until it's all mixed in. Mario, 1 second, Bobby. I want the viewers to see what we're doing. There we go. So we're going to keep going around the edge and scraping through the middle. Going around the edge and scraping through the middle.
Sorry, we've got a question on YouTube. Is it a teaspoon or tablespoon?
Of?
That's what I've got. It's from Zahra.
Okay. Yes, kids, that's another idea. If you have any questions, you can always send them through on YouTube instead, because we are also live on there. If it's cinnamon, it's 1 teaspoon. If it's the baking powder, it's a 1/4 teaspoon. And if it was the vanilla extract, which we did earlier, that would be 1/2 teaspoon. So if you could put the ingredients on the YouTube chat as well, Coach C.
That I'm going to hopefully they can just read
Wait 1 second. So we have here the mixed ingredients, and it should look like a runny peanut butter, okay? And what we're going to do now is we are going to go ahead and get our baking tin, and we're going to pour it into there. So I've got my baking tin. Okay, I'll hold it and you can do it. This is how we do teamwork. I want you guys to do teamwork. Hold it with 2 hands. That's it. We have to have music as well when it's Mario.
We'll start though by saying that the ingredients can be viewed on the description in YouTube.
Yes, the ingredients list is also in the description on the YouTube video. And don't forget, if you want to make this again and you can't remember how to, then don't worry. These videos are all available on YouTube. And I'm really sorry, guys, that we can't have you all chatting today. It's for your own safety. We've got some very silly people out there, and we can't go live today with chats. Right.
Sorry, Zara also said how you became so good at all of this good at baking. So it's is it true that it's a passion for cooking, experimenting, and give it a go attitude?
Okay, so somebody's asking how I got into cooking and baking and everything else. If I'm honest, when I was younger, my favorite thing to do was not baking. It was cooking. It was anything to do with other kind of food. I enjoyed making 3-course meals. And lots of other things. And when I was, I believe, I was about 8 years old, my dad's friend, and this is a real story, my dad's friend bought me a set of adult cooking books. So it wasn't for kids, it was just a set of about 6 cooking books. And that was it. I wanted to make everything from those books. And I still remember that uncle. Yeah, he bought me those books, and all I wanted to do was cook from them. So every time we had guests coming over or anything else, I just chose something and I made it. Even if I wasn't sure about the flavor, I just made it. And parents, for you, it's important you encourage your children to give it a shot. It's important. It is. It's fine. It's important you encourage your children. I know a lot of parents say, oh, but they're going to make a mess, they're going to do this, and they're going to do that. It doesn't matter. Encourage them to tidy up too. Give them that little bit of time and your children will grow. They will flourish in so many ways. Cooking is so creative. It's such a great way to release energy. It's therapeutic. It's relaxing. So as I was saying, so I was very young and I had a series of cooking books gifted to me. I was probably Zaina's age. I think I was younger. And they became my, like, everything. I would sit there and read them like storybooks.
I have them now.
You do have them. Actually, I'm passing on to Zaina now.
Yeah.
And the most important thing is that every time I did make something, my dad, my mum, my uncles, my aunties, everybody really praised my food. They enjoyed it. I felt appreciated, and it just made me want to go and keep going and keep going. And of course, I learned from my mum, who's an amazing cook. I learned from my aunties. I learned from people around me. I learned from my mother-in-law. Some of her recipes are amazing as well. So many people, I've just absorbed as much knowledge as possible. And of course, many of you might know, I also got an amazing opportunity to go and work with Tony Fleming, who is a Michelin star chef in his hotel that he runs in central London, and I got to do some awesome stuff there as well. So I've had great opportunities.
We had to go pick her up and then drop her every day.
Yep, they had to pick me up and drop me every day because I didn't want to come home that late on the train. I was just good. Okay, so we have our mixture, and remember I said it's like a runny peanut butter spread out into our tin. This is now going into your ovens, which were preheated at 180°C, which is gas Mark 4, or if it's a fan oven, which tend to be hotter, it's 170°C. So this is going in now for 20 to 25 minutes, depending on your oven. My oven, 23 minutes is fine. Zainab, can you give this to your dad, Coach Sophie, that he can pop it in there? And if you can put the timer on for 23 minutes for us. And while you guys have gone and done that, 23 minutes, you can always put timers on mummy's phones. You can just look at time on your clocks and make sure you count 23 minutes from there. If you've got a timer on your oven like we have, even better. So 23 minutes, Zainab. So I tell you what, instead of putting your hands up to ask a question, why don't you put your hands up to tell me that you've done it and you've done it well. 20 to 23 minutes. Raise your hands to tell me you've done that and you've done it well. We're going to wait a minute or two. Because then if you could go around there and get the other one from over there. Yes, you've got 2 hands raised. Keep going. 3 hands raised. Fantastic. Higher, higher, higher.
There.
Can you get me onto the microphone? 4 hands raised. Fantastic.
Those blondies.
What Celsius is in the oven for the tubers?
It is
20.
1 ACC and in brackets 170 C fan. And it's gas full. Oh, we've got lots of people raising their hands. Yes, it looks like people are doing it. Any more hands raised to say that they're done? Coach will see if it's just typing stuff
Is it gas mask 4?
Yes, gas mask 4 is fine.
Yes, for the
And remember,
tubers.
when we bake cakes, yeah, you can show. When we bake cakes or anything like that, we always use the middle shelf in the oven. It's the most uniform heat. If it's at the top, we all know, or we should know, or you're learning now, that heat, that heat rises. So if you put it at the top of the oven, heat will rise. It will be hotter at the top of the oven if you don't have a fan oven. At the bottom, it will be cooler. In the middle is just right. Okay, so always middle shelf. Right, so we made one earlier, Blue Peter moment, and Zainab is going to show you what it looks like. So it comes out like that. It won't be completely baked like a cake. So when you check it with a skewer, or when you touch it on the top, you'll notice it's a little bit squidgy, and that's how you want it. If you like your blondies and your brownies squidgier, then by all means, take it out early. If you like them more cakey, this will be.
You can make them soft as well if they're squidgy. You can make them soft.
If they're squidgy, do you like them squidgy or cakeys?
Squidgy.
She likes them squidgy. So if you want them more cakey, just leave them in for a couple more minutes and they will bake up like a cake. So that will be fine as well. So this is the key. Now, obviously this is not hot, so I'm touching it. When yours comes out of the oven, put it straight onto a cooling rack. Do not take it out of the tin. And this is what I want you to do. So right now we're going to go ahead and make the topping for what we're going to do again. So when your stuff is in the oven, Zainab, can I get another bowl? One of these, please? No, small one. Yeah, would you get another plate out? We're just going to go and get another little plate out. Anything little like that you've got. That's it. Thank you. So can we get a teaspoon, Ruby? We're just going to get a teaspoon. So what you need for this part, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to tell anyone. Did anyone else out there have M&Ms or Smarties? If you did, I'm so sorry, mums and dads, if you're there. Open the oven, quickly put them on top and swivel them in. Because we're not using them, we're doing a cinnamon original recipe. You can still pop them on the top and they'll be absolutely fine. My apologies. I've been away too long. Sorry, kids. Next time you make it, fold it in at the end before you put them in. We're doing the original cinnamon. I'm hoping everyone out there is also doing it. But you can still save it. Pop them into the top, sprinkle them over the top, and if your parent wants to, they can just swirl it around while it's in the oven. Okay, so we are now going to make the topping. This is the cinnamon topping. If you have cinnamon, this is what you're going to do. So you're going to get your sugar. We're going to use caster sugar for this part. You can use your brown sugar if that's all you've got, that's fine as well. So we're going to get 1 tablespoon of caster sugar, nice heaped tablespoon into a clean little bowl. That's it. You can put a little bit more if you've got more. It's always nice to have a bit more. But a heaped tablespoon is enough, or 2 if you've got 2. And to that, we are going to add
some cinnamon.
So we're going to add half a teaspoon of cinnamon powder to your sugar. That's it. And we're going to mix those 2 together. Thank you, Zainab. I'll move that out of the way. So it's cinnamon and sugar. There are some hands that are still raised. So if you have a question, keep it raised. If you don't have a question, keep lower your hand. So what you have now is, if you smell that, it smells like those cinnamon pretzels that you get at the shops, which is so yummy.
Like yum yums.
Like yum yums or cinnamon pretzels. So you'll get this like little cinnamon sandwich, okay? Now when your cake comes out of the oven, we have a question, I think, you see.
No, we can't.
Can we unmute those participants or start, Dalha?
I don't know how to check.
So, assalamu alaikum, Chef Sophie. Did you put water in it or what?
What, on the toast batter? No water.
No, in the thing we're making right now.
No, just one
topping.
tablespoon.
Icing.
No, 1 tablespoon of caster sugar or your brown sugar. Not icing, it's not icing. 1 tablespoon of sugar, or 2 if you have, and half a teaspoon of cinnamon powder, and that's it. So you've got this like
Okay.
cinnamon.
Oh, okay. Because it looked like it was like pouring.
Oh, no, it's powder. Look, it's sugar. There you go.
Yeah. Okay, Jazakallah.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Please keep your hands raised and we can unmute you. I think we're good. Right, okay. There is someone raising their hand. Ustad Talha, I don't know if you want to unmute those people with their hands raised.
I think they just have it from before.
We'll just have it from before, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, if you could lower your hands, everyone, so we know if there is anyone that needs to ask a question, we can unmute them. So once you have your sugar and your blondies have come out of the oven, I think there is a question. Ustad Talha, I'll let you decide and then you can unmute whenever you like.
Okay.
We are going to sprinkle that cinnamon sugar all over the hot baked blondie, all over the top. We've already done someone else, so we're not going to call it. So we're going to sprinkle that. And what happens, because of the heat of the blondie, it just sticks that cinnamon sugar to the top. And now what we're going to do, we're going to leave that to cool completely. So when you've done that, leave it to cool completely. Zainab, you've given me one of those large, I'll tell you what to get, the grey chopping, the grey mat. Okay. We're just going to get a mat so we can chop. That's it, and we're going to show you what ours looks like. So keep your cinnamon sugar on the side. When your bakes are done, remember when they come out, straight away sprinkle that sugar, but do not touch your tin. Super hot, you don't want to burn yourself. That's it. You go and get one of the big knives for me. Now, this is something your mums and dads can do, or of course, if you are older and confident and your parents are happy, you can do this as well. So once it cools down later on, we're going to hold the side. Yeah, that's fine. And we're going to take out our blondie. If you want to, if you need to tip it up, you can. You will lose a bit of sugar, but it's okay. Your parents can do that as best as they can, as quick as they can. So now we have our cinnamon blondie. I'm just going to fold under that paper so you can see it. They are quite thin, yeah. The smaller your tin, the thicker they will be. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to cut these squares. Ours is completely cool now. Will we do 3? Yeah. Shall we just do big ones today? Right, so we're going to go ahead and cut big rectangles. Of course, you can cut small ones or lots of squares. And we're going to lift that up. We like ours quite cakey in this house, so we tend to bake them a little bit longer. But this is all about experimenting. See how you go. I've still got the paper under me, so I need to. There you go.
I still have the paper.
Right. So we have our cinnamon blondie there, as you can see. It's lovely and cakey. Our one is cakey. If you want to bake yours less, take it out straight away at 19-20. That'll be fine. We baked ours for about 25 because we like it cakey. And they are your cinnamon blondies, and they are delicious. If you're a cinnamon fan, you will definitely enjoy these. And the recipe is super simple. We're gonna have a bite.
Oh, that's a big slice.
That's a massive bite. Look, Coach has seen one. Oh, I didn't even offer her, and she's already tucked right in. And you know what? I love them warm. They're really nice warm with a dollop of like ice cream, whipped cream, vanilla ice cream. So do experiment with these blondies. If you want them squidgy, take them out early, make them another time, make them cakey. There's so many variations. Take out the cinnamon, mix in some M&Ms, some Smarties, some chocolate chips, some white chocolate chips, whatever you'd like to do. So this has come toward the end of the session today, and I'm really sad that I can't hear anyone because I love it when we can all talk. So do you think, Coach Asif or Ustad Talha, we could maybe unmute just for a few minutes?
Yeah, sure. If you can.
Or we can open the chat even for a few minutes.
Yeah, sure.
I think we'll open the chat for a few minutes, and then if any problems, we can always cancel it again. Ustad Shadia has got a question. I think we can unmute her. That's Zahra.
No momentum. Where is...
Sorry, I know Coach Stephen.
There you go.
Yeah. Zahra?
I just smelt the blondies right now and they smell really nice.
They smell amazing, don't they? And I love the smell of the blondies. Like, I've got people backstage asking for cake. Look at that little hand coming forward.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they smell amazing. The smell around the house is divine. I mean, I'm a massive fan of cinnamon. So, well done, Zahra. Make sure you send me pictures of what you make, okay?
Okay.
Right. Anyone else? We'll start with anyone else?
Not yet. No one's
Have you
raised their
opened the
hand.
chat? If you can announce when we have opened the chat, and then anyone has the same thing, they can go ahead and say, we're not going to have anything left, like Coach Steve, we've got slides. Yeah, over there, it's got slides. Salam, the chat is enabled again. Okay, kids, the chat is enabled again. So you've got a minute or two to put what you like in the chat. We may have to disable it. Let's hope we don't have to.
I lick it.
Don't lick it. Don't lick it.
The cakes smell really yum.
The cake's not really yum. I don't know who that is, but thank you. And I hope
It's
you
Iza and Ibrahim.
And Ibrahim. I'm glad. Hopefully your mum can give me thumbs up because she's the super baker too, right? We know that. Marsha.
No, a super as you.
Ah! Look at her stalking our. She's stalking our meeting there. Aisha's treats in the background. What's the challenge for this week? Yes, of course. We've got some chats coming through. Keep them coming through, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today on YouTube and, of course, on Zoom. You can catch this video anytime you like on YouTube. It will always be up there. So make sure you do. Sorry? Yeah, yes, you can. We need to stick up a little bit. Okay, so you put that down. So Zainab is going to explain what this week's challenge is.
So this week's challenge is you need to write a list of baking and cooking actions you do. For example, mixing or stirring and
Whisking.
Whisking.
Not eating. What you're saying eating. So what we want this week is a list, or you can stand and have your parents take a video and describe every single cooking or baking action that you can think of.
Isn't it all of these comes in the fridge?
Yeah, okay.
Right.
She's talking about something else. So yeah, so every single cooking and baking action that you can think of. So we've given you some examples. We've got whisking, mixing. What was the other one?
Eating.
Not eating. Mixing, whisking, stirring. We're not going to tell you anymore. Zainab's list was really long. Okay, so we want all of those actions. We're going to announce the winner next week, the one with the longest list, and obviously there might be some things in there that I disqualified, some of the words that don't quite match what we've asked. You can do a video of your child or yourself saying all the actions. So cooking and baking actions, whoever has the longest list of words will be next week's winner. And I think we're good with chat right now, so I'm really happy to take all of them back. Is there anyone else who wants to be unmuted before we go away today? And thank you so much. Also, is there anyone out there who's joined us for the first time today? You've got lots of our regulars there. And I'm so sorry we were gone for some time. We're really happy to be back, but I think we are going to be packing up in a minute. And thank you again, everyone, for joining Mini Chefs Live. We will be back at the new time, 5:30. I hear someone. Would you like to speak, anyone?
Zainab, you look like you're really enjoying that Blondie. I so want to come to yours right now.
Yeah, she's loving that right now. Yeah, so we are back every Thursday, the new time of 5:30. So I'm sorry if you know it's a bit late for you guys, but please bear with me. I am working during the day, and it's just easier this way. I guess we're going to say bye for now. Maria? All right, bye-bye, everyone.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Third competition in